Man, you know what I tell y'all? Thank y'all for joining us again for another episode of Let's Talk Sports. I wanna make this quick because the Warriors and the Lakers are getting ready to play. So this is not gonna be a long podcast, but I want to get some stuff out my chest real quick, and then we're gonna jump right into this game two of the Lakers, Golden State. Okay. If you haven't heard yet, there's some issues with Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' brother. Um, there's a lot of people talking about his what they call a crime of sexual assault to this woman. I don't want to keep harping that. Let me just say this real quick so everybody can understand. I get this off my chest. I seen the video, and I'm just gonna be honest. That means that pretty much every guy between the ages of 16 and 21 have definitely committed sexual assault because I know when I was in high school, I was an ass grabber. I grabbed every girl ass that walked by me. And this dude didn't even do that. He just hugged and kissed somebody. So I hear I hear this crap that people are saying about Jackson. And let me tell y'all something. I wasn't there. You wasn't there. Nobody was there. How about we do this? And wait a minute, would this make a difference if this dude wasn't Patrick Mahomes' brother? I mean, if you want money that bad, I mean, that's crazy. But I'm just gonna ask all the podcasters that are getting all the views from all of talking about Jackson Mahomes. I mean, I know it's a big deal for you guys, man. That's just straight BS. It's BS. How about we do this for once? How about we say, okay, this may be a ploy for money, and let's bag off this freaking kid because I'm just serious. It's just silly to me. That's why I don't do gossip because that kind of stuff makes me sick. He knew that woman. That woman knew him. That woman was smiling and laughing. I don't want to hear nothing about no doggone sexual assault. That's just bull crap that you got arrested so they can do the silver case. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. Look, that's the most negative I'm gonna be. I'm done with that. Let's talk about the freaking Lakers. I'm gonna bring my boy in, Rod, because this dude here been talking mass trash about the freaking Lakers. Rod, what's up, man?
What's going on, Rich? How you doing, my brother?
Stop texting my doggone phone during the doggone
Hey,
game every time.
hey, it got kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie, Rich. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I did get a little bit nervous.
Got a little tight. Got a little tight.
Yeah, a little bit. But you know what? All I gotta say is thank you, D'Angelo Russell, for that layup, brother, because that kind of broke the streak. So, D'Angelo Russell, you my boy.
Let me tell the people something right now so y'all can understand how this happens, man. Me and Rod, this dude texts me all game. He was texting me when Sacramento and Golden State was playing. He texts me when the Lakers were playing Memphis. I'm like, Rod, you know, I try my best not to text back, but this dude talks so much freaking noise.
Hey,
So
man.
here's what happened, folks. I'm gonna tell all the folks what happened, Rod, and you can follow up with this, all right?
All right.
So game one is going on between the Lakers and Golden State. It's 5 minutes left in the game. Rod sends me his text because the Lakers are up by 14, and his text was they can't stop AD. Basically, like this game is over. And
The
two and a
series.
half minutes, 2.5 minutes later, they had caught him. He was crawfishing. If you ever seen a crawfish, he was
Yeah, I couldn't. I ain't gonna lie, Rich. I stood up the whole time. I couldn't even sit down, bro.
let that be a lesson to everybody who talk trash. You better make sure it's time to talk trash before you
Hey,
do.
hey, well, I know I learned my lesson. You know what I mean? The pre-trash talk, but it's still, it came out victorious. It worked
Hey,
out in my favor this time. But
I heard I
I
heard
think I'm gonna
this.
wait till the last 2 minutes next time. I'm gonna wait till the
There
last
you
2 minutes.
go. You might want to wait till the last 10 seconds. I mean, I'm just saying. But here's the thing, Rod. I heard for a fact. Actually, I hadn't heard. I heard somebody or overheard somebody saying that Steve Kerr kind of said it in his press conference that the Lakers look winded. So he gonna run tonight. He gonna find
Okay.
out was they just partying the night before, or really are they out of shape? Now I'm gonna be honest. You got your boy Schroeder, or Schrader, I think it's Schroeder. Schroeder
Hmm.
in the news saying chasing Steph Curry, I'm gonna need an IV.
Yeah.
Now, I'm
That's
gonna
why
tell
we
you
got more than
something.
one person to do it. We got more than one person to do it.
I'm gonna tell you something, Rod. They didn't look good. The Lakers did not look good in transition. They looked horrible. And half court defense was on point. Transition defense, they look like a freaking high school team trying to figure it out.
Well, Golden State, I mean, well, they can come at you so many ways in transition. I mean, they're one of the few teams that seek the three in transition instead of even going for a layup or a dunk. So they got a lot of ways to attack you in transition. So I mean, that's part of what you get when you play them. You know, you understand that you got to live with that. So you just got to limit that. You got to minimize those opportunities for them to get out on the break. So it means you got to take good shots. You can't take bad shots. You can't take bad threes that leak out to fast breaks. So that's why they were stuck. They killed them. They dominated from the line because they know that. They know they can't just put up threes, miss threes, and let the Warriors get out on the break. But
So
they
what you
have
saying?
a decided advantage down low. So they're just going to just 2-point you to death. That's it. You can't stop it. You can't stop AD. So we're going down low every time.
I hear you, man. I hear everything that you're talking about. But you notice every time we talk, you say the same thing. Can't stop AD.
That's right.
What happens if they do?
The only thing they can stop AD is injury. There's no defense that they can run against. They got two players that can possibly match up against him. Looney, as you see, he's too slow, man. He can't move. He can't guard him on the outside. And Draymond is just way too small. He can just bully ball Draymond.
Mm-hmm.
So
he can. Listen. Here's the deal. I don't foresee Golden State getting in a game like that with the Lakers ever again. I mean, let's just be honest. If you take the free throws away, the Lakers lose that game. So do you honestly think that Golden State gonna come in
if
and
you
try
take the 3-pointers away from Golden State, they lose the game. So I mean, that's just it's strategy.
Okay, so we gonna go there. We're gonna go there then, right? Okay, all right. So they had over 20 points in free throws. Over 20 points in free throws. Am I correct to say that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you take, let's just say they miss half of them. What I'm trying to say is, Rod, is they depend on the foul and they depend on the free throws because it does two things. One, it slows the game down and it helps them breathe and catch their breath. Two, they can make the free throws so they know they can win the game at the free throw line. You know who they remind me of doing that? The freaking Houston Rockets. About 2-3 years ago, when they played Golden State 7 games, they did the exact same strategy. Do you remember what Golden State did to beat them? I do.
Made shots, and that's when I think Houston missed like 115 3-pointers in one game.
I remember that game. They could not buy a three. But what Golden State did was they stopped fouling.
Yeah.
See, because in other words, they made Houston self-check themselves. Can you really hit shots?
They forced them to make shots. They forced them to make shots.
And we all know that the Lakers don't have a real good shooting percentage, right?
It depends. They're streaky shooters.
Look, I commend the Lakers coach. Ham came in with a great game plan. I just don't think he can sustain that for this whole series. They're going to figure that out. And I'm trying to figure out what he has to go to adjust to whatever they adjust to. How are you going to adjust if you're depending on the free throw line and fouls? How are you going to adjust? Look, I'm not a big fan of teams that do that. I know teams that won championships with it. San Antonio won many with them. But I just don't think you can do that against the Warriors. You can do it against Memphis.
It's attack mode, man. That's what they're doing. Attack mode. Attack the rim. You either foul or give me the dunk or the layup.
I'd rather give you the dunk or the lead. Because I know eventually your butt going. I'm just telling you, I'm not Steve Kerr. I just think Steve Kerr has to. This is the choice. If you are right and anybody can't stop AD, well, let's let him stop himself because when he run out of gas, then them shots seem to hit the front of the rim and the front of the rim and the front of the rim. And they are off to the races again, shooting them bombs on you. Boom! Man, I cannot wait.
who I think is going to make a difference in this game too is Hachimura, man, because he really didn't show up last game. I think he's going to make an impact. I give Hachimura at least 15 points and 8 rebounds this game.
It's going to have to be somebody other than Russell.
Yeah, I'm saying Hachimura. He's going to show up this game. I'm giving him market down 15 and 8.
I am not disagreeing with you on Hachimura. I think he's a much better player than people give him credit for. And I know he has his times where he can get loose. But I think what they suffer at is, can he really guard Wiggins?
Yeah.
If he can, why didn't he get more playing time in game one?
I think they're just looking at matchups, man. He's trying to fill out matchups.
I'm going to tell you this.
That's really all they were doing.
My prediction tonight, if the Lakers do what they say they're going to do and they're going to run, and they shoot 35% from the field, not 40, not 50, 35% from the field, by the fourth quarter, if it's still close, they're going to pull off because I don't believe the Lakers are in that kind of shape. Hey, look, I seen them. You seen them. You can't deny. If you just said it earlier in the show, if Russell doesn't hit that layup, they are done. Biggest shout out his.
Since the All-Star break, that has really been the difference in the Lakers, man, is they got some young legs, some good perimeter defenders, which they would not be in this position if they did not have that. Because those guys they had before could not defend on the perimeter at all. I mean, the most they could do is probably foul somebody, but they couldn't stop anybody. And I think the X factor in this series is going to be that defense, that length, that vertical quickness that Vanderbilt has. He's getting Steph problems, bro. He's going to have to work. He's going to be tired at the end of the game, too, because he's going to make him work that whole game. Vanderbilt is on it. He's going to use every foul he has. Every game he's going to have at least 5 fouls.
He's going to need it because guarding Steph Curry off the screens is one thing. Guarding Steph Curry when he has the rock in his hand is another.
I know.
I mean, so he's going to have to use every foul. And don't get it twisted. You're in the Chase Center. Mark Davis called the game last in the game one. I can't stand Mark Davis. I cannot believe he fell for that freaking flop. I mean, I'm like right in front of the Golden State bench, just fall for the biggest flop in NBA history, and he's embarrassed. But let me tell you something. Mark Davis, not my favorite referee. He ain't there tonight. And I ain't saying he had anything to do with them losing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he made some mistakes in that game. Both sides. It's just one side. Both sides. I truly believe that the Lakers are nowhere in the condition as the Golden State Warriors. And I'm sorry, unless the Lakers was partying the night before, they look like they were literally, and it wasn't just AD. It wasn't just LeBron. The whole team looked winded. And I'm like, wow. What would happen if Golden State would have been running the whole game? That probably would. You know as well as I know, Rod. You played the game. What happens when you get tired? Everything hits the front of the rim. Everything. Front of the rim.
Boom. Your jump shot's the first thing to go.
Boom. Then it start hitting the back of the rim because you're overcompensating because you're missing from the front of the rim.
That's when you take it to the rack on them.
But if you're behind, and I mean, when I say behind, I ain't talking about no 6 to 8 points. I'm talking about 15, 17 points behind. What you going to do? It depends on free throw.
Take him out the game, let him rest and get ready for game 3.
See, some Laker fan out there right now mad at that statement right there. Hey. I like what you're saying, Rod. You're saying the Lakers are playing their game, and when they're playing their game, they're hard to beat, and I totally agree with you. What the Lakers did to Golden State in game one is make Golden State play their game. I just don't think you can do the champions like that over and over again. So you have the Lakers tonight. I don't. I have Golden State. And here's the thing, folks. I'm saying it out loud. If I'm right, running away in the third quarter. Running away.
Oh, it's not going to be a blowout. I may, because of history, precedent tells us that teams at home don't normally go down 0-2. You know, these are the champs. They're going to find a way. You know, I doubt they'll go down 0-2. We're going to come close tonight, but I doubt they'll go down 0-2 just because they got that championship mantle. But when they come to LA, They're gonna have trouble on their hands, brother.
See that I watched the Philadelphia Boston game last night, and you so graciously texted me to tell me that I was wrong about the Celtics last night. Now the Celtics have that swagger too, but what I noticed is the Celtics made a lot of good adjustments in that game, and they blew Philly out. It was
I
close,
doubt I doubt Philly win another game, man.
man. Man, you crazy? I
Boston
definitely got.
owns them. They own Philly. They beat them 3 times in the regular season, and they've killed them in the playoffs over the past few years. They own them.
You know what? Everybody that get owned eventually got to pay something. You
They
own me?
won, man. Philly won the first game because Boston totally took them for granted. They're like, man, we own these guys, and plus Embiid's not here. We can go out and just do whatever, man. Just shoot. Hey, you want to shoot? Just shoot. I don't care because we're gonna beat these guys. And James Harden took a trip in the hot tub time machine and went back to 2015. And I don't know where he got it from. Obviously, he didn't bring a game too, but he took that trip.
Look, God, folks, we're gonna get on the Boston Philly game another day. But he did kind of take a trip to the hot tub time machine. I'm just gonna agree with that, and we're gonna move on. Let me explain something to y'all for everybody that understands. And Rod, know I'm telling the truth. The most deadliest thing about the Golden State Warriors is when they're loose and when they're free and they're running and they're scoring. They are almost basically unbeatable when they like that. They only went to a half-court game because Sacramento made them go to a half-court game, because if you'd tried to run with them young boys, they were going to blow your butt clean out the doggone arena. So they had to slow it down and play a half-court game. They come out with the Lakers, and I honestly think they underestimate them. They underestimated their ability to guard those guys, and they didn't really know. Either they didn't know or they didn't respect how big and tall these guys really are. And after Anthony Davis blocked about 500 shots, they start to figure out that, well, maybe we should be cautious when we go down off in there. But tonight, folks, hear me when I say this. Rod say Golden State going to probably win this game because they got the championship DNA, but it's going to be close. I'm saying Golden State going to win the game going away in the third quarter because, honestly, I don't think AD is in that kind of shape. I don't think he can. If you run AD, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all remember I said this, Rod, you hear me. You run AD up and down that court like I believe they're going to do. There's going to come a time in the game where AD don't run down for the offense. You mark my words. You know I'm telling the truth, Rod. He going to kind of take a break. Whoo, let me just catch my breath here for a second.
As long as we have him on the defensive end, because to me, to be honest, throughout the playoffs so far, AD has been the defensive player of the playoffs. Every game, even the games he didn't score well, he played excellent defense.
You know what I noticed about him? He's off ball. So when the defense breaks down, he has to protect the rim. He comes off ball. Like I know 2 shots that he blocked. One, especially on Wiggins. Wiggins didn't even see it. Oh, yeah. And he just took it and sent it into the stands. But I got a feeling that can work against him too, because now they know he's there. So now they know we're gonna have to probably do some penny screens so we can get to this rim, because this dude is gonna dominate the rim. It's sort of like watching Boston last night. I mean, you keep going in there, Embiid gonna keep slapping that crap out of there. I mean, like, these people are 7 feet tall. AD is 7 feet freaking tall. You come off in there, he's gonna swat it. If he see it, forget it. You might as well just go back down the court. It's not gonna happen. Listen.
And he's 7 foot tall and athletic.
Here's my thing. So y'all heard it first here. Then let me tell y'all something about Rod. He's a little sneaky now. He ain't talking a lot of noise right now. But you let the Lakers somehow kind of pull this out. Let me tell you what text message I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your boy's going down. They done now. That's the same text message I got.
You probably won't sleep tonight, Rich, because I probably send me text every 5 minutes. I'll be like, yeah, did you see the game?
He sent me that text message when Sacramento went up 2-0. My text message back was, this ain't over. But you notice, since Golden State has beat Sacramento, Rod has said nothing else. I got no more text messages. And I love it.
Really, to be honest, we picked Sacramento to lose this, I just wanted to see the young boys to do it, but I didn't really think they had what it takes just because of the experience. And I think next year, because of the experience they gained this year, I think next year they'll get. I would even go as far as say they'll get to the conference finals next year.
Crap! Not with Sabonis, they won't. Let me tell y'all something. People, y'all need to hear me when I say this. If Sabonis can't make a 15 to 17 foot shot when it counts, what do you have him for? I'm trying to figure out. So he's another one of those. I like to get fouled. Let me go to the free throw line so I can score 25 points and everybody can talk about me on SportsCenter like I was killing everybody from the freaking field. When I know good and well I was just getting fouled, going to the free throw line. Keep that crap. The Sacramento Kings would be so much better without Sabonis. They need to get somebody young and big so they can run that freaking court, and I guarantee there will be a horse that nobody can stop.
You know, I like Sabonis. I think he just didn't have the championship kind of experience. Golden State is going to be a catalyst for those guys, man. I think just like the Detroit Pistons were for the Bulls, I think Golden State's going to be a catalyst for that young Sacramento team, man. Because they put together a juggernaut over there that nobody watched because who watched Sacramento? Nobody knew who they were. But I think they put together something special over there. So I got them going next year to the Western Conference Finals, but I got the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals this year.
Here's what I got the Lakers doing. Let me tell y'all for the record. I got the Lakers getting a senior AARP card. That's what
they can take it to the championship. It don't matter. We can take it to AARP to the championship.
They're gonna take the senior citizen of walking with a crutch, trying to get.
They got a movie out right now by George Foreman, a champion in his later years. So we can do that. We don't care. We're gonna take inspiration from Big George Foreman. You know, LeBron, you could be 55 years old and still get your championship, brother.
You know what's funny, Rod? I'm gonna say this, man, and then I'm gonna let you get your last word, and we're gonna get out of here. But let me tell y'all what I did. For the record, I went back because I talked to Rod on the phone. We texting back and forth, and I'm looking at game one, and I'm saying, man, I'm sorry. LeBron literally looked like a spectator. So I went back and I watched the LeBron Cleveland Cavaliers series where they came back on Golden State 3-1 and beat Golden State in game 7 in Golden State. And I thought it was one of the best victories I'd ever seen. And LeBron was a straight up beast in that game. I mean, him and Steph Curry was going at it like two pit bulls. I mean, it was just watching that was just incredible. And I got to thinking, I was like, man, LeBron was unbelievable in that game. And then I thought about the LeBron from the other night. And I'm sitting up there looking and I'm saying, I know people don't want to hear this. And nobody's really saying it because out of respect for LeBron, and I got that mass respect for LeBron, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. LeBron has lost a step and he's getting old, and it's almost that time. Father Time is knocking on the door, and he's just ignoring the knock. What you think about that, Rod?
Bro, who else you know is an all-pro in their 20th season?
Kareem was.
Okay, that's one person out of 16,000 people that played.
Would you like to know why I named Kareem?
Why?
Because he's the only other person that I know played 20 years.
It's still good. Not just play 20 years, but be 20 years and still be a dominant factor. So what LeBron is doing right now is he knows he cannot exert the same kind of force for 7 games in this series. So he's going to pick maybe 2 games that he goes 2005 LeBron. He's going to pick 2 games. Now, it might be game 3 and it might be game 6.
It might be tonight.
2 games. I think he's going to kind of reserve. He wants to get AD as much involved as possible because he really wants to be 1B. He does not want to be 1A. He's been trying to transition to 1B from the time AD got there. He wants AD to be option number 1. He wants the offense to run through him. So that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to establish running the offense through AD. Now, he's going to have a couple games. We say, all right, AD, I got this, bro. That's going to be at least game 3, game 6. Well, he's going to give you 30, 35. He's going to give you 12 rebounds. He's going to give you almost double-digit assists. But he can't do that every night no more.
So just think about it. First of all, I'm going to touch on the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem played 20 years, and he never used load management at all.
This dude load management.
This dude, no, I'm not talking about in the playoffs. I'm talking about in the regular season. He's using load management and he's resting in the playoffs. Okay, so here's the deal. What if he does this and they lose? Okay, what if he saves his best 2 games and they lose? You do know this series is over, right? AD will not win this series by himself. Let me help y'all out, folks. Whether it's going to be fatigue, whether it's going to be injury, whether it's going to be mental toughness, whether it's going to be something. There is an MO with AD. I'm sorry.
Now, I have already in these playoffs, I've already seen AD come back from injuries that would have literally kept him out for 2 months.
I agree.
Been a couple times. I've seen him come back. So I think LeBron has really been in his ear, man. Hey, AD, I got to have you, man. These little bitty injuries, like against the Grizzlies, I think it was game 2. When he went out right before halftime, everybody, that's it. AD's out for the rest of the series. He came back second half and balled.
Let me tell you something, Rod. I did see him come back and play well after that injury, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But there's the injury of mental toughness. And that's what I'm speaking of. Now, I'm not talking about I'm injured or something's going to keep me out of the game. I'm just freaking tired, and I need to sit down, and I ain't got no more gas. And you know as well as I know that the champion inside here, I'm tired, I have nothing left, and I'm going to find a way. Well, I just don't see AD doing that. And until I do, I'm going to say Lakers in 6. But right now, we got a game 2 to get to, man. Look, make sure you text tonight that make sure you're sure they're going to win the game. Right?
You're not getting no sleep. I know I'm 2 hours, but I'm 2 hours behind you, so I'm gonna be just hitting you. I'm at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It'll be 1, 2 o'clock your time. Rich, did you see the game?
Look, the game gonna end by 10:30 for us. Then you got the press conferences I gotta watch. I gotta watch all that. I mean, you got. So for me, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then because in the press conference, that's when I learn if the player is choked or if they just saying like, hey, look, we got this, we'll be back. Because the press conference said it all. It says it all. People just don't see the signs. It says it all. Like when Larry Bird got, on this press conference, he said, I'm just going to go ahead and admit that Magic Johnson is the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, that was it. He just really gave it up right there.
I mean, so all that being said, man, it's a pleasure. We're going to be talking about, guys, listen up, me and Roth, and chop it up about the Lakers and Golden State, the whole series. And we're going to, just because of tonight, we're going to go ahead and add Boston and Philadelphia. Because I have Philadelphia in that series and he has Boston. I have Golden State and he have the Lakers. So believe me, we're going to chop it up a lot more. Rod, say bye to the people. This is Richard Cole with Let's Talk Sports. Peace. We out.